Hi there, my name is Matt Cole, one of the producers of the Sexperts podcast, along with my good friend Brian Garrity. Before I begin the episode, I want to give a huge thanks to our guest during this episode, Mindy Ess. You can see Mindy Ess perform with her group Girlprov and also Mrs. Pickleburn, which I am also in. We are a Herald team at the Push Comedy Theater. If you would like to learn comedy, you can go to pushcomedytheater.com and sign up for a class in stand-up, improv, or sketch comedy. And speaking of sketch comedy, me and Brian's group, The Bright Side, are performing at the 1st of July at 10 p.m. at the Push Comedy Theater. You can go to pushcomedytheater.com and get tickets there. They're only $10. It's going to be a wonderful show. Get tickets. They're selling fast. Thank you so much for listening. Please give us a review on iTunes and give us a like on Facebook. And without further ado, everything you're about to hear is made up on the spot. Please enjoy this exciting episode of The Sexperts. And intro music, and hi there. Welcome to The Sexperts. I am your host, Dr. John T. Alanese, CPM.
And I am Delilah. Hey there. And Dr. John, I got some big news.
What's that?
I started my own business.
Well, congrats.
I'm doing artisan organic crop circling.
That is amazing. I thought all of it was organic and artisan.
No, most of it's not nowadays, but wow. I'm doing my own crop circles by hand.
Oh, so you just design them or you actually fly them?
Yeah, you're thinking crop dusting.
Oh, God.
I crop circle, which means
you crop dust a lot of here into.
I slaughter acres of crops into a diagram of my choosing.
We'll talk about that later. We're getting off track already on this one. But yeah, hi, welcome to the Sexperts Pod Push. And we're going to be talking every week about modern controversial topics in the areas of sex, modern romance, love, intimacy. Mostly sex, because we are the Sexperts. Combined, we have over, 75 years of sexperting? Last I checked, it's 75.
Yeah, I got to check. We might be on 676 by now.
But anyways, let's introduce our topic of the week, which we'll be talking about for the next 20 minutes or so, because I got to go run and get my kids. They are really into pickle. We'll talk about that later. But the topic of the day is Geriatric Jackin. Geriatric Jackin, which is basically, people don't think that seniors masturbate, but they do, and we'll get our hands all up in it today.
Yeah. That sounds good. I see what you did there.
Geriatric Jackin. But before we get into that, tell me more about the crop. It's not crop dusting.
No, it's crop circling.
Oh, like in Signs, like the movie Signs.
Yes, very much like that.
Shyamalan.
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
So it was all serendipitous. One day I had to go out, I had to pee, and my friend's septic tank was having issues, so I had to run out into the backyard.
Yeah.
And I took a leak.
Yeah.
And bam, everywhere I peed.
Yeah.
Dead grass.
You should have called Ralph Macho for your.
Well, he was having a 65th birthday party for his mother the following week, and he said, "Hey, take that. I'll supply you with the beers, and you can run out to my cornfield.
Oh God.
And pee a heart into the cornfield in the form of a crop circle.
And that's love."
Well, she said it was the best birthday she ever had.
Well, look at us like two old people here chatting, which we'll get to Geriatric Jackin in just a little bit. But our guest is waiting over here patiently trimming her nails. Hi there. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello there. My name is Peaches, and I'm happy to be here today. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being here, Peaches.
Yeah.
We wanted to bring you on the show because we know you have a very specific and unique interest and profession and perspective. So why don't you go ahead and tell our listeners at home kind of what about you do,
Well, I actually have a couple of things going on right now
that
I'd like to bring up. Yes. Yeah. Starting off, first off, I'm well known for Peeches Piies.
Yes.
That's my big one, LLC.
Peeches Piies, LLC, yeah.
Yep.
I followed on Instagram.
Yep, of course, yes. And then my newest thing, really, besides that, I've still got the little roadside stand, out in Pungo.
Peeches Piies, LLC.
Located in Pungo.
In 2017, still working on the honor system.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Well, people out there are real honest. And then I've recently gotten into Christmas tree farming, but I'm mostly doing it on the YouTube.
Wait. So it's virtual Christmas tree farming? Explain this a little bit more.
Well, I purchased all these seedlings, right? And so my thing was, I was like, I'm just going to plant these right in the backyard. I don't know a drip about, the tree business, but, I needed to make some extra money because my husband kept going to jail. And so I thought, how am I going to get myself out of this? And, on the YouTube, the more people that watch, the more, the more money you make. So, I just decided I would just set up a live webcam. And, people watched all those, they watched that.
The eagle's nest and stuff.
Well, they watched that giraffe give the birth,
being born.
Or maybe, I don't know if it did
people
yet.
People watch other people watching people play video games now. It's crazy. Yeah. It really is.
So, so people tune in and they just watch my trees grow. And then sometimes they talk about my tits and we watch the trees.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. I don't read any of our YouTube, which we have a lot of YouTube subscribers right now.
I can't keep up.
I can't because they keep on talking about the size of our and who has the bigger, and whatnot. And I can't.
I don't have time for that.
So I didn't want to talk about this before, Peaches. And we know that you're a lot of times in the papers and in the news. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, not because of your delicious pies, but. Mm-hmm. Usually because of your husband and his hijinks.
The infamous Mr. Peaches.
Wayne. Always acting out.
Can you just describe or just talk a little bit more about what's going on there?
What's going on with Wayne?
Yeah.
Well, this is a sex show. It's the only reason I'm going to get into it.
Sure.
But, Wayne lately has been into this thing called Give Me a Jelly Donut. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of that jelly donut.
I have. I'm a certified professional midwife, so I know a lot about jelly donuts. So go ahead.
He comes on my face and then he hits me with a 1-2. And so the thing is, I started telling him, honey, this is borderline, this is physical abuse, and I don't have to stand for it. So,
right.
I don't mind if you come on my face, but if you punch me, I'm going to call the cops. So, every morning the cops show up. Wow. And I tell him mid shower, I said, don't you dare punch me. I will call them. And he punches me, the good old 1-2. I call them, they come pick him up, bail him out, a couple hours later. So, that's something we're going through.
Well, that is
certainly going through.
You are as sweet as your pies.
Well, thank you for noticing.
Yeah. So speaking of pies, I do want to eventually get to our topic of the day because you have a unique perspective on geriatrics.
But we can't just let that go without comment.
No, what?
Everything she just said.
I don't know. I don't want to talk about too much.
Does it need a comment though? I mean, it kind of speaks for itself.
Well, I'm just at least want to say I'm sorry.
For the jizzing or the punch?
What are you sorry for?
What are you sorry for?
That you're going through that.
Oh, it's all right. I've broken my nose 6 times. I can't even feel it anymore.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You can't tell though, right? That's contour.
Well,
it's like you break it once and then the second time it's back in place.
I gotta. Yeah, you had contoured your bandage. That looks great. Actually.
Well, I learned that on the YouTube.
I thought that was your nose, but that's a bandage, and then you contour it so it looks like a part of your nose.
I've basically formed. Well, no, I have a real nose that's kind of nice, but I leave this on just in case he hits me with a jelly donut out of nowhere.
Whoa, is he out right now? Does he know where you are right now? Is he gonna bust in at any moment?
I mean,
just jizz in your face.
I turned my ringer off for the what is this?
Maybe we shouldn't have broadcast live from Peaches roadside stand.
I'm just saying, if anybody starts yelling, Mama's hitting the back door.
Is that?
It must be easy to call the police to your house. You just have to say
they just sit outside
donuts.
They just sit outside about 7:30 every morning.
So it was actually very, very terrifying. I know you set up this YouTube series. I actually saw where one time you and your husband got into it on the camera in front of the little sapperlings, and that was.
They started to will immediately.
No sapling should have to see that.
They shouldn't. And you know what? We don't
Even
have
the good part.
We don't have any children, but to me, those are my babies. They are God's gift. Yeah. God doesn't. Make those plants to watch me get jizzed on.
I don't know. Who knows God's plan? That could be
that
very
is true.
I've always had this weird theory that that when I die, God will be like, oh, well, you get to heaven if you ate this many ice cream sandwiches, and it's just like a weird thought I have, and you have to go to hell if you. It's just like arbitrary. It's like random. It's like you had to do one thing in your life. If you didn't do it, then you go to hell. I'm
surprised you are questioning someone who claims to know God's plan for them. Because I was there when you graduated as a certified professional midwife. And when they handed you the diploma, you took your shirt off and screamed at the entire auditorium, "Yes! As God intended, bitches."
that's my victory dance. If I were an NFL player, that would be my touchdown. I'd spike ball and go, yes, that's God intended, bitches.
You'd be a British football player.
Well, I probably wouldn't make it to NFL. I'd probably go to the BFL.
Yeah. Probably.
You know, I bet you could do a wonder on my seedlings.
Whoa. I am married, Peaches. I really.
That's a euphemism.
Yeah.
If doesn't a midwife, isn't your job just to bear the children? Don't you give birth? Don't you help people give birth?
No. I will not laugh at it, though. I no judgment. That is actually a common misconception because most people in my field, certified professional with midwives, are female. But we actually, we're getting way off topic. We need to be talking about the topic of the day, which is geriatric jackin. Okay.
Okay.
Because a lot of times in nursing homes, there are some real uggos, you know?
I mean, when I visit my grandpa in there,
Yeah.
you know, everybody always tries to sleep with me, and I'm like, pass, all right, pass. So that's like 25% of them are decent. The rest are hideous.
Is he in Pogo as well? Your granddad?
My granddad is in an elder living facility.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna comment on the location for his
right.
privacy
true.
because Wayne
Yeah.
has been getting, you know.
Well, you just admitted that you like to have sex with some of the residents there. So
Well,
yeah.
you know, that's just a little bit of something for
It's
me.
like if you marry a guy named Wayne, you kind of expect problems like this. Wayne's a bad guy's name.
You know, since we're talking about
John
him,
Wayne was a good, decent man.
Well, that's what it's the last name. It's a good Bruce Wayne, John Wayne. Those are good guys.
how'd you guys meet? Because actually, that is a very interesting story as well.
Me and Wayne?
You and Wayne. Yeah, I think it's a very sweet story. I like your pies. It's printed on the back of every Peaches pie.
Well, you know, it's actually funny because you kind of brought this up earlier. The whole crop circle thing kind of plays in. So,
Yeah.
you know, there's this one day, and I had this crazy dream this night, and I had a dream that I had been abducted, and I had been abducted by aliens, and I had been taken out into this field, and I was like, who is, you know, that feeling when an alien, you don't, but if an alien touches you, it's like cold, dead fingers.
Oh,
we know it.
Jesus.
Well, I woke up from this dream and I had realized that I had actually taken a roofie and I was in Wayne's basement. So he just kept me there. And I grew to know him. There's a word for that. I can't think of what it's called.
I think it's called Stockholm Syndrome.
That's what it is. That's what they said. Yep. That they said you got to quit with that Stockholm Syndrome before you get punched in the face again.
Like I said, it's such a sweet story that's printed on the back of every pie. Peaches Pies, made in the basement. Handmade.
Sweetened with tears.
I thought those were happy tears, but apparently they were sad tears, or...
My tears?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even feel my face anymore because of my nose.
Speaking of not being able to feel your face, that brings
Yeah.
us to our first sponsor.
Uh-huh.
I thought you were going to cue that song, and I love that song.
What?
I can't feel my face when I'm when I'm with you.
Yeah.
I don't... Is that
I can't
Criss
feel my
Cross?
face when I'm with you.
Duran Duran?
Hell, did I sound like Duran Duran?
Your nose reminds me
When you
of the lead
come
guy.
undone.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt you. I thought we were going to jam out.
We need to get to some sponsors. We haven't gotten to some
Our first
sponsors yet.
sponsor is Tempur-Pedic Plastic Surgery on Tidewater Drive in Norfolk, Virginia. Tempur-Pedic, when you leave, you won't be able to feel your face, but you'll like the way it looks. We guarantee it.
Thank you, Dr. Von
That
Sleepenheim.
sounds- let me get a card from you before I leave?
Sure.
Oh my God, I am just I'm just amazed we haven't talked about our topic of the day today, which to remind you is geriatric jackin.
Now,
Yeah,
sort of related. I visited my grandfather
Yeah.
over Easter weekend, like
Sure.
I do. It's only once a year that I visit him. It's written in the contract.
Oh wow.
I got an early front on the what do you call it when somebody leaves you something when they die?
Oh, Will.
Oh well,
Wait, what'd you say?
I was going to say you got to hit the ground running with that.
yeah. So, in order to get the money, soon I had to visit him once a year. He had accidentally taken a Viagra,
Oh,
Oh no, did he rape you?
but he had
Sorry.
no one like coming to have sex or anything. So I was
Oh.
taking him to Hardee's for breakfast. And there we were with his 13-inch erection,
13 inches.
Holy crap!
Wow.
a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit,
Yeah.
and a medium sweet tea, light ice.
You could stir the tea with that bit.
Don't think the thought didn't cross my mind.
Yuck.
So I had to grab a USA Today and stick it over top of that.
It's like a tiny little paper tent.
But
It's sweet.
it wasn't tiny by the time I stuck it on top. But I was thinking if I had a 4.5 hour erection,
Yeah.
if I couldn't jerk it, what would I do?
I have no idea.
Besides eat bacon and cheese biscuits I was going to live forever.
I've never actually had a penis, but I've seen a number.
Don't win that. I think you get very jealous.
Well, sometimes he likes when I look at other men's. We won't get into it. But anyway, so I've seen a number of penises.
Yeah.
And if I had, usually around me, they only last about 1 or 2 minutes. And then they either come or get real turned off. So
Wait. What do they get turned off by?
just
Is that like at a gay pride parade?
Yeah, that's the only time. It's mostly straight women and the gays.
Gays. Yep.
But just to be noted, I've converted both.
Well, actually, I have a nice little segment here. So can you go ahead and intro me here, please?
Segments of his imagination.
And hi there. My name is Dr. John T. Alanese, CPM, and it's time for another one of my segments of my imagination. And you can't see it at home because we have no video. This is a podcast, but I have several different pies lined up here, and I've snuck secret ingredients into each of these pies. And here's a blindfold. Here you go for you, Delilah, and for you, Peaches. Put this blindfold on. Now, without looking, okay, you're going to take a scoop of this pie, and then you have to guess what the secret ingredient is.
Peaches and Delilah sounds like it would be a wonderful morning talk show.
Peaches and Delilah.
It does sound sweet together. It does.
In the morning.
All right, so go ahead and take a bite of the first pie. Okay, there you go, Delilah. Yum, yum. And go ahead, Peaches. Okay, and Delilah, what do you think is in that one?
I'm going to say there's hints of cardamom.
What is cardamom?
It's a spice.
Okay, Peaches.
Well, I guess if I had to try to pinpoint it, it's just a hint of, it's like a bit of,
Her tongue is flicking in and out.
a bit of men's body sweat.
Yes, actually, yeah.
Okay,
My body sweat along with Axe body spray. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh,
okay.
I love that
Here's the second pie. Go ahead and eat that. Take it.
That's good.
Isn't it good?
Yeah.
What would you guess is inside that one?
I'm going to say a quarter of a Wendy's Baconator.
Specific.
That is actually right. So, so you got that one. Sorry, you don't get a chance. I don't know how this game works. Okay, and the last pie, we'll start Peaches. So to tie it up, go ahead and take a bite of that and see what is in there.
It's already tied up.
Okay. I think I've got it.
This is for the win.
This one time,
Yes.
I caught a very, very old crab. I
Yes.
mean, this crab was like somebody's great-grandfather crab.
He had a beard.
He had a beard. Yeah, a full beard. But I was real hungry. And
Right.
so we cooked him up and I ate his legs anyway. And I could just taste the oldness,
Yes.
So if I had to pinpoint it, I would say really, really old crab leg straight from the sea.
Ding, 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 ding. It's a grandmother crab. But you have an excellent palate. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You win that game. And
Collectively, we were 4 for 5, or 3 for 4.
here you go. There's you got gift certificates to Hardee's
Oh, yay.
and a prescription for Viagra for
Thank
Wayne.
you.
There you go.
Oh, my God. Thank you. I'll give that
So,
for Christmas.
Yeah, and so hopefully Wayne doesn't punch me in the eye or anything. That would be bad. And speaking of grandmother, grandfather, we do want to get to our main topic of the day, which is geriatric jacking
And Hardee's.
And Hardee's. We're running out of time, so can you plug one last time everything that you're working on and stuff, and then we'll, yeah.
Oh, my turn?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. Thank you. So just to recap, Peeches Piies LLC, I've got that business booming
Yes.
out in Pungo.
I have your delivery service. Like every week, a pie is brought to me.
I actually bring those straight to your house.
You do?
I do.
So you have my address?
I know where everyone lives.
Most of my crop circling is in the Pungo area,
So
I just pick them up myself.
And then I also have that,
Yes.
you know, my big thing. I'm waiting. You know, I'm sorry, I'm getting real excited.
No,
I've got
that's
that. I've got that YouTube channel going
Yes.
where I'm just hatching those seedlings, start my own little Christmas tree farm right in the backyard. You know, this will be my first Christmas with the hatch of trees. So we'll see, you know, how it goes. I feel like
What
these
does hatch
trees-
mean?
I'm hatching the.
They're going to be born.
They're being born. They
Oh.
were born this go round, and then at this Christmas time, we will
It's like
trim them to, you know, out of the dirt.
It's
and
like you're
put
not
them
even
in
watching the
people's
YouTube channel,
homes.
Dr. John.
Yeah, I mean, have you not checked in? Oh my God! I'll
Listen,
send you a link.
I put it on in the shower.
I've already done this in my home.
Yeah.
But I'm having Dr. John invited me over for a barbecue on Thursday.
Please come.
And while I'm there, I'm going to throw his artificial tree out, and we're
Oh, my
going all in.
Yes.
on your
And I
hatchlings.
bet you your grandfather would just love a Christmas tree in that geriatric
I bet
home.
he'd get a Viagra style boner.
And you know what? Invite you and Wayne come on over to the barbecue and bring over some of your
Thank you
delicious
so
Peaches
much.
Pies.
God,
Bring
yeah.
over some jelly
If I'm-
donuts.
Don't bring the jelly donuts,
Don't
please.
get fresh.
That's one of ours.
That's just for me.
All right, that does it for the Sexperts. As always, we are your Sexperts. My name is Dr. John T. Alanese, CPM.
And I am Delilah Haydair, and I'm going to be drinking gallons upon gallons of water to make your crop circle dreams come true.
See you sex time.
Am I supposed to say something?